Hey, Dabo, it's Chapel. How have Tristan, Leigh, and Marcus Tate done in practice this week so far?
Just getting a little better each day. So nothing really changed. Just progressing, all the way to game day, getting a little bit better each day.
And same question for Peter Woods. How's he done this week?
Good. He obviously, missed last week, so he was a little further ahead of those guys starting the week. So he's in a good spot.
And last one, Vic Burley hasn't played 3 games in a row. Is that injury for him?
No, just hadn't got in there.
Gotcha.
Anyone else for Coach?
Hey, Dabo. Excuse me. It's Larry. Walker Park played 79 snaps at Virginia Tech. How big was that? I know y'all have been trying to manage his workload, but just with Harris having to start and play at left guard, just how important was it that Walker was able to push through and play the whole game?
Yeah, it was big. I mean, he was hurting for sure and didn't play as well as he's played. But, we're just late in the season here, and he's definitely a guy that we try to manage because, I mean, he whatever's in the tank with him, he empties it out every single play. That's just kind of how he plays the game, and that's what I love about him. So he came through big time for us for sure because we were pretty limited in that situation in that moment.
You've alluded, I think you did last week, to some changes personnel-wise on the field goal block unit, and you said post-game you were happy with it.
Yeah.
Any insight on who's is someone starting there now that's going to be there for the long-term future, or have you just made some shuffles week to week in terms of who's on like the left wing, left block, that type of stuff?
Yeah, well, we made some changes for last week, but we those guys did what they needed to do. We got Peter back this week, so that's a positive.
Anyone else for Coach?
Have y'all faced a defense quite like Pitt's? Anything comparable, just given all the different stuff they throw at you pre-snap and the disguises?
Not quite as kind of feast or famine, I guess I would say, as far as all their hot pressures, where if you don't pick them up, somebody's getting hit. But if you do pick it up and you get it communicated right, you got a chance for a big play. So they're just very committed to what they do, and they bring them from everywhere. It's corners, it's safeties, obviously backers, and they're heavy 4-man team. With old safeties force. So they're just very aggressive in what they do. Yeah, we've definitely played some other teams, but I would say with the amount of hot pressures, they're a little unique in that. It's a challenge. They create a lot of stress on you from a protection standpoint, communication, ID, quarterback. Everybody's got to be on the same page, not just pre-snap, but really they force you post-snap to be very, very disciplined.
Hey, Dabo, this is Darian Carter with the Greenville News. I think you said at post-game Saturday that the team had some uncharacteristic drops against Virginia Tech. I guess during this week, how have you guys kind of addressed those to kind of clean that up heading into a Pitt? Yeah,
just back to work. I mean, it's a really talented group, but yeah, y'all saw the game. I mean, we had some really critical big drops that a couple of them might have been touchdowns. So, not hard plays, routine plays. So certainly hope. Antonio's not perfect, but he don't drop many. He don't drop many. So you just get back to work. Unfortunately that can happen from time to time, but just go back to work and lock back in and put your eyes forward. That's what they've done this week.
Regarding speaking of Antonio Williams, he hasn't recorded a punt return touchdown yet this season. I guess how have you assessed the punt return coverage this season within Williams' opportunity so far?
We trust him. He's done a good job. There's been a couple that we felt like, he probably could have returned that he fair caught, but he's when he's returned it, he's done a nice job. But he's really been a good decision maker and fielded the ball, and we got a lot of confidence in him. Very poised back there.
Desmond Reid, is he similar to Isaac Brown in that sort of a smaller guy, but who's so elusive, but also kind of powerful and a factor in the receiving game as well?
Yeah, he's probably smaller than Isaac. He's just but they're similar in that they're both true all-purpose guys. He's a problem. In every area. So you just got to get your hands on him. I'm anxious to see him up close. He is a rocket, though. You give him any patch of grass where he's got a little bit of room, and he'll make a lot of yards quickly on you. So he's just a really good football player, tough, and they do a good job of making sure he gets the ball in his hands so many different ways. He is their best all-around player, and so you want to do everything you can to make sure he touches it, just like we try to do with our back. And he's a returner. You name it. Screen it to him a million different ways, and if he finds a little bit of crease, he can make you pay. So we've got to do a great job of trying to minimize. I don't know that you can take him out of the game, but you got to minimize, the big plays that he can create.
When y'all made the field goal at Virginia Tech, I saw you bowing down to Coach Luke. Did he have some sort of tweak or something? What was behind that?
No, I wasn't bowing down to Coach Luke. I was bowing down to the good Lord, thanking the good Lord that we made it. That's really it. I assume you're talking about the one we made?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I was just thanking the good Lord. That's it.
Hey, Dabo, this is Grayson with TigerNet. How have you seen Elyjah Thurmon carry that momentum from Saturday into practice this week, and just what do you sort of expect from him moving forward the rest of the season?
Yeah, a lot of confidence obviously comes out of a game like that, and, it puts a little bit of a spring in your step. So it's been good, and obviously, his teammates are super proud of him. So, what we expect of him moving forward is to continue to be a good player for us and build on that and continue to get better and work your butt off in practice and, be ready. Like I said, he can play 4 positions for us in a heartbeat right now. So he's an incredibly, valuable guy for us down the stretch for sure.
Dabo, you've talked about a few of the freshmen that you've kind of held till the end of this season. Any guys specifically that you're excited about or that we might see, roll out on special teams that haven't played much besides the first few games this year?
Not really anybody that we're forcing the issue with, but we've got a group of guys that have 3 left. We're limited this week on, travel squad, but we've got, a couple guys that'll be going with us that fit that category. And then we got some guys, like Mason Wade, for example. He's got 1 game left, and we're trying to hold it. He would play if we had to have him, but we obviously don't want to play him. We're trying to hold him as long as we can because, again, anybody could get hurt at any time, and he's got to be ready to go. But we got, a few guys. Heaven is a guy that just has 1 game left. So he won't travel with us this week because we're not going to play him this week. Especially with getting Peter back. So, he's a guy that's got 1 and Champ's got 2. So we got a few guys that we've been trying to kind of manage. And some guys like Bentoncourt, we can green light those guys because they got 3 left. So, just kind of a case by case basis.